It was snowy. It was cold. It was playoff football weather for the Bengals as they prepare for Sunday's matchup against the Steelers. They were out and about on the practice field outside on Wednesday, and that's exactly where they should be. Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien. Welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure you check out all of our videos. We posted a ton from Joe Burrow today to Zac Taylor. You had Bengals on the Brain Live with Joe Goodberry. You're going to have the OT with Elise Jesse later this week. But let's get into it. Look, the first things first, there are going to be people that say, oh, well, why are the Bengals practicing outside if the weather's so crappy? And the weather was crappy during practice today. It's pretty simple. They're going to play the Steelers outside on Sunday, so you should practice in the elements. If they were going to a dome, then yeah, you use the indoor. Not today, and I'm glad that they didn't do that. As far as injuries go, you have some good news, you have some bad news. The bad news, no update on Jamar Chase. He was out, didn't participate, not a surprise. I don't think he's going to play on Sunday against the Steelers. Will he return for the Tennessee game? I think that's up in the air still, and it seems more and more likely that it'll be December 4th against the Chiefs as a potential target date. We'll see. Could be the Titans, but I don't think it's going to be Sunday against the Steelers. Other updates. La'el Collins, it was a rest day for him. I expect him to participate in practice on Thursday. Dax Hill, Josh Tupou, both out. Chris Evans was limited, as was Trey Flowers. And Mike Hilton, a full participant. And we got the chat with Mike, who obviously anytime playing Pittsburgh against his former team, it's big. Well, he was a full participant, which is really good news coming off of pinky surgery, which was certainly more intense than I think people realized in the moment. That being said, look, this game is a must-win for the Bengals, and they know it. Deep down, they know it, and they might not necessarily come out and say it that way, but that's what they're looking at. And this team, if they're going to make the run that everyone was hoping they were going to make coming into the year, it starts Sunday with Pittsburgh. It starts with the Steelers team that is certainly vulnerable, whether it's a rookie quarterback, whether it's an inconsistent offense or an offensive line, a run game that really can't get going. Yeah, that defense is pretty good. We'll see on Minkah Fitzpatrick if he can play following the appendectomy. He missed last week. We'll see if he misses again this week. Joe Burrow, one of the funnier moments of his press conference, he joked that, I think Minkah should take another week off. Of course you feel that way, and he should, because Minkah had a nice interception against Burrow week 1. And that's what this game is going to come down to. And I think the Bengals know it. They can't beat themselves against a team like the Steelers that is, and the Bengals haven't said this, but I'll say it, is inferior talent-wise. And so I think the focus for this Bengals team now is, all right, 5-4, but over the past 7 weeks, we've played like one of the better teams in the NFL. They're 5-2 over that span. Doesn't feel that way because you start 0-2. And, some people asked today, oh, well, Joe, did you come back too early from the appendectomy and all of those things? The answer is no. But the Bengals are 5-4 now. And so how do they dig themselves out of it and get themselves back? Not that they're not in the playoff race, but entrenched into the playoffs. And to me, it's going to be all about beating the teams that you have to beat. And I think this Sunday is one of those games. And that was the vibe you got from a lot of these guys is, look, they're not panicking or stressing about the fact that they're 5-4 and that it's a really competitive, clunky. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the AFC right there. But what Zac Taylor said, you embrace it. You understand there isn't much margin for error, at this time of year especially, and you want to be playing your best ball now. And so that's the part of it that's going to be interesting. And speaking of playing their best ball, Kevin Huber has not played his best ball in recent weeks, and that's been a topic. Asked Zac Taylor about it today. He's like, look, we'll get both guys reps. So still not committal on Kevin Huber punting on Sunday in Pittsburgh. We'll see if he does. I still lean that way, I think. But it is interesting that they're not committal. And so we'll see if that's if that changes. But Drew Chrisman was there getting first-team reps, as was Kevin Huber in practice on Wednesday. Now, define first-team reps. They're punters. So just because Chrisman punts during the open media session doesn't mean that Kevin wasn't, and he did also punt during the open media session. So what does it mean? It might not mean a ton. regardless, the Bengals know how significant Sunday's game is. And by the way, if you want to wager on Sunday's game, you got to get to MyBookie now, because MyBookie has that double deposit bonus that I tell you about all the time here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. You go there, and it doesn't matter if you want to wager on the NBA or college hoops, because now they're in full swing officially. College football, the NFL, you can do it all in one place and start winning today. Use promo code Bengals Talk, and they're going to double your deposit. An instant match up to $1,000. So you deposit $500, you use promo code Bengals Talk, bam, they give you $500 extra. You deposit $800, you deposit $80, $10, $50, doesn't matter. Just use promo code Bengals Talk, and you're going to get that double deposit bonus. And of course, they have props too, right? So you want to take the Joe Burrow under in passing yards because it's going to be cold and chilly in Pittsburgh. You want to take the over Joe Mixon rushing yards? You can do that as well. So don't delay. Go to MyBookie today and use promo code BengalsTalk for an instant deposit match up to $1,000. And that's part of it when dealing with the TJ Watt. And something that Burrow certainly talked about is they're going to have to run the ball, no doubt. And they just need to be consistent. And I think they look at it as, yeah, we've played up to our standard the majority of the season, but there's been a couple of games, especially on offense, where that hasn't been the case. And it's cost them, and that's why they're where they're at 5-4. But if you look at a lot of the metrics, and Burrow said this, and he's right, they're top 5, top 10 in a lot of them. And so this Bengals team, they need that to translate. They need to hold the fort down until Jamar Chase can come back. And the way to do that, to me, and I said this before the bye, go perfect in November. They're 1-0 in November. They had the bye. Can they get to 3-0? That starts on Sunday against Pittsburgh, and then they have Tennessee the following week. We're going to be covering it wall to wall right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up, because whether it's win, lose, draw, rain, shine, snow, sleet, hail, it doesn't matter. We have you covered here on CBT. So for Andrew Fox Miller, who put together an awesome tailgate video, shout out to him. It was a lot of fun seeing him interact with a bunch of fans, and certainly some of the super fans as well. But it's a really good tailgate blueprint for our out-of-towners that watch this channel that are coming in for a game, maybe the Chiefs game, maybe it's the Browns game, maybe it's the Buffalo game on Monday night. Well, there you go. There's your tailgate where you can bounce around and enjoy multiple tailgates, take it in, and have a great experience. For Andrew Fox Miller, check out that video, by the way. I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.